All right, welcome everybody. A new episode of 20 Minutes with Roy. Today we have a new guest. She's the oldest girl in the women team. That's not nice to say, but it's a fact. Also the girl who's here the longest from all the girls. So if somebody should know the answers to all the questions, it's Julia Soek. Welcome, Julia.
Thanks, Roy. Okay, can I say something? I'm not the oldest. I'm the second oldest.
We cut that out of the
That's
intro.
fine.
Yeah, Julia, how are you actually in these Corona times?
Yeah, actually I'm doing very well. Of course, it's a different time than we normally have at this moment. Normally we are full racing, and at the moment we are all at home. But I think, I'm doing actually fine, and we also didn't have like a full lockdown. We had an intelligent lockdown. So I have a lot of respect for my teammates who were in a real lockdown, and I think we are really fortunate that we could ride outside and that the weather was so good lately. So actually I'm good.
What have you been up to? You did some special things. You gave more attention these weeks than you would normally do?
Of course you're at home, so then it's more time for family and friends. But in the beginning there was also not like a possibility to travel so much. So to be honest, I was just staying at home and training. But then the rules got a little bit less tight. So then I was also visiting some friends, and I'm also in Limburg at the moment, and I'm riding in some more hilly parts of the Netherlands.
Nice. Hey, I know you still doing a study next to cycling, huh?
Or is that not correct? Maybe. Oh boy, maybe I had to mention this. Okay, actually I'm working on finishing my studies, and it's always difficult when you're traveling so much. And lately, actually, I'm doing a really good job, and I'm finishing stuff. So that's also gives me a satisfied feeling. But I have to be honest, I really miss racing at the moment. But if we are going back to racing, that also means that we go back to like a normal life. So
that's also why you look forward to it.
Yeah.
And what kind of study are you finishing at the moment?
Commercial economics.
Commercial economics.
Yeah.
Something you want to do with that after your career?
Maybe. I'm not so sure yet, but I think it's super, like, you can do a lot with these studies, and it's also easy to apply this in sports. So maybe there's a future in it for me.
You never know, huh?
No.
Always good to keep in touch with the right people at the cycling community.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I end up doing 20 minutes with Julia in over a couple of years.
Right, and I volunteer to be your first guest.
Okay.
Last week we had Nicholas Roach in the show, and he had a special question for you. Maybe some background. In your family, your parents have a restaurant in the Netherlands, and also your boyfriend is in the restaurant business. He was wondering if your cooking skills did develop during these months at home.
Yes, I think so, but I have to say that my boyfriend was at home now because the restaurants were closed. So he was working during the day, not in the evening. So he was also cooking a lot, or we did it together. But actually we were making some advanced dishes. So it was, I think I improved in this period.
Right. What's your specialty?
I think I don't have a real specialty, but the weather was so good, and we have this super nice barbecue, like sort of green egg, and so we did a lot of stuff on the barbecue, and I just like it to try out new things.
Did there any new recipes for the restaurant pop up?
No, not really actually. He's not a cook, so but maybe he inspired to cook, I don't know. they were sending pictures all the time to each other. So maybe he got inspired by us, but I'm not so sure.
All right. Hey, and you were just telling the story. You already visited the restaurant again when it reopened?
Yeah, I was there by accident. I was there the last evening before it closed because it was so sudden that everything got closed. And so then I thought, oh, maybe it's also a really good idea to go the first evening that they are opening. So yeah, it was on Monday and I was there with Floortje, my teammate and friend. And yeah, it was sort of surprise for Wout, so that was nice.
All right. Good way to celebrate that they could open again.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, I was wondering, your role in the team, maybe not everybody knows, but it's more that they play you often as the team captain. Now, I was during my career also a long time road captain. How do you look at working as a road captain actually yourself?
How do I look at it?
Yeah.
Actually I really enjoy it. What I, for example, find really nice is that, of course it's also an important role in the race, but also outside the race. And I like to see the new girls coming into the team, like when they're really young, like to see them develop every year and also be part of that, and that I can, I'm old, older now and more experience. So yeah, it's nice to also join that, or how do you say it, like that I can help them with their development a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can really give them tips and tricks that are new for them, but are like automatisms for you, huh?
Yeah, some things are so normal, and you do it like you do it already for so many years. So then it feels like it's something really normal, and that is also sometimes a mindset that you don't need to forget that. So then you can also teach the new girls that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you already mentioned. Before Floortje, she's also outside of cycling one of your best friends. Is it hard to work with a best friend in a team, or is that something that actually is making it more easy?
It's not hard at all, but I think we also we didn't know each other before we came in the team. So the first time we met was at the team camp, or the team meeting in October, and we were rooming together. And yeah, during the years, it's because you're like know each other so well, and we're also like matching with each other. So then we became sort of friends too. And yeah, actually it's quite easy because we also live quite close together, so we're training a lot together. But in the race, we can also really make the switch to colleagues, and teammates and friends. I think that's also really important because on the bike and in the race, you're your colleagues, and outside then your friends, and it makes it easier because when you're traveling, it's nice to have a good friends around. Yeah,
but you don't sometimes have a hard time when things really get heated up. And you still.
I have to be honest. If it's heated up, it's sometimes between us because it's so easy to say everything to each other, and we are quite direct. So then sometimes it's heating up between us if we have a disagreement or something. But it's always like fixed in like maybe not 10 seconds, but a minute.
All right, that's good to hear. What's in your eyes then good qualities you need to have to be a road captain?
I think of course the experience that you get by years. Also communication. I think it's really important because you need to be a little bit like in between riders, but also like the office and the staff, etc. That you can. Communicate very well, and also of course the tactics in the race, and that you have the overview in the race, and also sometimes that you have to do the dirty job, go to the car, etc., and rain jackets and bottles. So a little bit of everything, and maybe also the social aspect that you can see. And for me, I think I can tell very well how my teammates are feeling on the bike. So then it's nice if I see that my teammate is not feeling very well, that I can ask, hey, how are you? And like sometimes you need an extra push than mentally.
Yeah.
And also when somebody's feeling very well, that you say, hey, I can see you have a good day. And that also gives extra motivation.
Yeah. If I know you a little bit because, of course, I was racing for the pro team and the women team. They also sometimes come together. And when I see you acting in the team, then it really looks like you're also like a middle point in the team. It seems like you have a connection to all of the girls. Is it something you work on to have that especially, or is it something that comes naturally?
Thanks for saying this, but I think it's partly natural, and I think this is also how it started, because it's quite natural for me to act like this. But now I'm also thinking a little bit more about it, because I know this is also my role. So I also developed in this, and then I notice more stuff like, hey, if I act like this, then people react like this, or for example, if I see things happening in the group, then I know how to react on that. And also, but I think the most important thing is that you stay yourself and that it's natural.
I think that's really true. When you stay close to yourself, then when you're gonna do an act in the race, then they always will see through that. But when you stay close to yourself, then you also reach them. Huh?
Yeah, and also not be afraid to say, hey, okay, this was not the right decision, or just be open, and also open for the discussion. Mm-hmm.
Hey, and I was like, since my second year pro, I was like the oldest guy in the team, and the new guys, they became younger and younger. So the distance in age between me and the new ones that got bigger and bigger. Sometimes it caused trouble because it's a little bit a different generation. How do you see that for yourself? You're already mentioning that, not to say that you're old, but obviously, how many years are you in the team yet now? 6, 7 years?
7.
Yeah,
I'm 7 already. That's a long time.
That's a long time, huh? So in the end, can you see differences in the girls that come to the team now than 7 years ago?
Yeah, it's also hard, because when I came into the team, to be honest, and this is maybe also why I understand the girls coming in the team so well, because when I came in the team, I didn't know anything, to be honest, and everything was new for me, and I came into a new group of people, and it was like I can remember that the first time we had all these training camps all together, and then you meet so many new people. So I know how it is, how you come in a different environment. But I also think it's really important that if you are young, that you have to work hard, but you also really have to enjoy these moments. And I think that's also something really important. And of course, you have to do your job in a good way, and you have to work hard for it. But there are also moments that you really need to enjoy, like, hey, look what I'm doing at this moment, and where am I riding, or that kind of stuff.
And are you aware of that now more than you were in the past, or?
Maybe I am also a bit like this, but I think also because I'm getting older, and yes, I have to change my career maybe a little bit in the future. So then I'm also thinking about this stuff, and then I'm thinking, okay, I have to enjoy these moments really hard now, because before you know it's over.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and of course, during those years, especially women's cycling got more and more professional. Can you name a big change in what happened when you compare now with 7 years ago?
I think overall everything got way more professional, and especially with the World Tour now, and also that teams. The women teams were teaming up with men teams. That also gave a lot of expertise into women's cycling. there are also some new rules regarding to salaries, etc. Like a minimum salary, that's a good step. And also overall, like racing, you see that the races are super excited, and that television really want to broadcast the races. And I think that's also really important, that people really want to watch us. And I think when you have a positive, or that you show that you're professional and that you have a positive mindset about this, then I think we already improved, and we can improve actually a lot more, of course. But I think if you look back to 10 years ago, it definitely changed.
Right. What was for you personally the biggest change?
For me personally, to be honest, we when I came into this team, that was a big change, because I can also see that our team was growing every year, but also I think the way we did it like 7 years ago was already like on a higher level than the team I came in. So for me, coming into this team was like a big change.
And then it developed step by step.
Yeah, every year we did. Every year we were developing like all together with the whole organization.
Yeah, that's also what I can see. Really, that the women program really is really at a high level now. I think one of the best there are, and I think compared with the men's team is really also on a really high professional level.
Yeah,
and
that's really good to see.
It's a good development to see for women's cycling in general, and also to see that it gets more and more interesting on television. Sometimes you hear from people back that they watched the women's race and the men's race, but they enjoyed the women's race more because there happened more. It was less predictable. So,
and what do you think is that? You think that is the biggest change?
What I think is the biggest change.
Yeah.
I think just that now with the minimum salary, with the professionalism, with the link to pro teams, is that you see that women are now also making a living out of cycling.
Yeah.
So they are able to focus 100% on cycling and don't have to have some side jobs next to it. And that's causing the professionalism all over the bunch in the ladies team. So.
Yeah, and it also doesn't mean that only the top, for example, can do this, but like more and more riders can do it like this. So that means that the whole peloton is like increasing and developing.
And you also don't see one or two teams really dominating everything. It's already getting more and more teams who have good riders and who play a role in the race. How it's happening, huh?
Yeah, that makes it really interesting too.
That's right. Hey, when we look to your personal career, are there some goals you still set for yourself?
Yeah, I want to develop myself every year, of course. And I have always like small goals, but I think I find my role as a captain really important, and I think I can also take this with me in my future career. So this is why I really focus on this, and because also by the years you get to know your qualities. So I want to focus really on that, but also besides that, of course, I still want to improve as a rider on the bike too. So hopefully we still have some races left by the end of the year.
Yeah. If I hear that right, you set more a goal of not focusing on the results for yourself, but more on the process and on the role you have in the team.
Yeah.
I really recognize that from how I experienced my cycling career.
Yeah, but it's also true that if you are in a good shape and you're developing yourself on the bike of physically too, then you can also do more for the team in later on in the race. So that is also a goal for me.
Yeah. But I remember last year you were winning a race in Belgium, huh?
Yeah.
Or was it 2 years ago already? Last year, huh?
No, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, that was a classic in Belgium. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, that was actually nice. I won some smaller races, but this was like this was a good one too. This was a nice win, and I was happy with it. And also the fact that everybody was so happy for me, that really surprised me, and it gave me a really good feeling actually. That was cool.
Because I think they all, how do you say it? They all live with you, and they all see that you also deserve one day in the sun, to say it like that. So I remember from my career I also won only one race, but afterwards looking back, I'm happy that I won a race.
Hey.
If it was alone to tell that I won a race, but
one is better than nothing.
that's true. But in the end, it also is where you started cycling for.
That's true. But you also want to compete on the highest level. So then you accept also that your qualities are not like winning races. So that's for me. For some people it can be like a hard decision. But for me, that was not such a hard decision.
Oh, the 20 minutes are over already. So we have to stop.
Actually, I'm happy that we stopped, Roy, because my battery is dying.
Ooh. Then quick, we have to introduce the guest for next week. That's Ties Benoot. Do you have a question for him?
Ties Benoot. Yes. I would like to know how his gardening is going at the moment.
Alright. Sounds like you know more than me about his gardening skills already.
Yeah.
So I'm already curious for next week. If you want to see the answer on this question, then watch again next week to 20 Minutes with Roy.
Thanks, Roy.